Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Missy and this is Missy's Yarniverse and More. I just felt like I had hair going across my glasses. Okay. Um so why are we here today? Well, today's Monday, so that means Amigurumi Monday. I cannot believe this is episode number 20. I have been doing this for 5 months. I think there was maybe a couple weeks I didn't do one because I was under the weather. But yeah, 5 months. So, what did we work on? Well, we didn't start one at the end of last episode. And I'm trying to remember, I think we had just finished Piper. No, we had finished the chickens, the emotional support chickens that were about to be shipped off to my sisters. So, at that point in time, what I should have done, and I did not do, I should have did a random draw out of our bucket because I didn't have another one on the hook. But I think I didn't because I was kind of going back and forth with the idea of possibly starting that dragon to enter into the fair. Well, I did manage to find where I had put the pattern, and I've been going over the pattern. It's quite a bit labor intensive, and at this point in time, with the amount of projects I have going on that I'm committed to, I know there's no way I can throw that one into the mix. And so I'm going to hold off on that one till probably later this fall when I have some other larger projects off my table. I hope that's okay with you guys. That makes perfect sense to me. So I really was itching to get an Ami on my hook because I always have to have one. It brings me joy to make them. I'm always donating them, and I didn't have one on my hook. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And like I said, we didn't do a random draw bucket. And I thought, well, I can do a video real quick and do a random draw and just do that video and drop it. But I didn't get a chance to either because we were having storms just back to back to back. So this is what happened. I had talked about last week on Thursday, I think it was Thursday, our hospice group was meeting our contact person, and she was coming down to pick up all of the items that we had ready for donating. And we always meet at our local coffee shop and we sit and chit chat. Sometimes we'll bring a crochet project. Just depends on what we've all got going on and how long we think we're going to be there. Well, this time, one of the girls had asked if any of us would be interested in a yarn swap. She was going through some of her stash. So I said, that would be perfect. I can go through some of my stash. I'm trying to anyway. And oh, I think I'm trying to get hiccups. But anyhow, so I put up a post and had said that if anybody was coming to bring in their donations when we were meeting with Tracy, if they wanted to bring some yarn and do a yarn swap, go ahead and bring it. There was, besides Tracy, there was one, two, three of us that came. Yeah, three of us. Um, I brought yarn. Lisa brought yarn. Pam brought one, but it was a specific yarn. Um, Tracy and Lisa did take a vast majority out of the bag that I took of yarns that I was not going to use. Either they were too dark or they were leftover skeins from previous projects that I really didn't want to work with again, if that makes sense. Which a lot of them were darker or yeah, it was just so they took the majority of those off my hands. I didn't come back with very many. And Pam, she didn't taken a yarn home with her because she is also experimenting, and she's a baby crocheter, basically. She likes to do our hats, which we love her hats. She's all the time bringing us hats, and they are so colorful, beautiful. We love them. And she is now learning to knit. So I think the more higher end yarns were more on her radar right now because she's got a stash too. Who am I kidding? We all do, right? But she had purchased one in the past thinking that she was going to try and do some amigurumi. And at this point in time, I don't really think it's her thing from what I'm understanding. So she brought this yarn to me, and it is upside down. It is the Premier Snow Cone yarn. I had never worked with this. It is a bulky number 6, and it's got 188 yards or 172 meters, 7 ounces or 200 grams, 100% polyester, and it is from our favorite Premier. And they recommend a US 11 or 8 millimeter knitting needles or an 8 millimeter or US size L 11 crochet hook. Spit it out, Missy. But and you can see it's been tested and approved and all that good stuff. And it's made in Turkey. And um, machine wash warm, lay flat to dry. Well, she decided because I'm always making the Amis to donate that she was going to bring this to me and see if I wanted to use it. And she thought it would make some cute ducks. Um, Depending on the size of the duck and the pattern would decide on how many ducks I could get out of it because we have one ball. And I did go online because I've never used it before and I did not realize it's been discontinued. So everything I make would have to be covered with this one ball, with the exception of I do have Premier down here, all up in here, and all the way down behind me, and some down there. So I can mix and match anything to go with it. So I dug through my patterns and I was going to grant her wish and get at least one ducky out. And I think you guys remember we had put this in the stack for the random draw bucket, and it is the wild duck. And I know this is a mallard colorway on here, but I decided I was going to do it in this. It's almost like a marled, very light yellow. And it's kind of looking a little washed out. There we go. Looks a little better. Yeah. So I did go ahead and pull the pattern down. And I decided I was going to go ahead and get her started. And so far, between all the alerts and warnings and the weather we've been having and all the running around we've had to do, and just your exhaustion from not sleeping properly and falling asleep randomly in my recliner trying to crochet, I did manage to get a few pieces and parts done. So I got, oh, well, I might as well tell you what other color I'm using with it. I pulled the Premier Parfait Chunky because I thought it would go good for the feet and the beak. And it's also bulky number 6. It's not as fluffy. And this suggests an 8 millimeter knitting needle or US 11 or an 8 millimeter crochet hook or a US L 11. And also made in Turkey. This one's 130 yards or 120 meters, 3.5 ounces or 100 grams, and 100% polyester, and all the tested and approved. Yes. So, gotta love some Premier. I love working with this stuff, guys. I know there are people who could care less about it, don't like it. I honestly don't have very much of a problem with it. I did when I very first started learning to use the fluffy yarns, but the more I've used them over the years, the more I really enjoy them because they're so soft and squishy and they make the cutest plushies to donate. And, I know when people are hugging and squeezing on them and touching them and everything else, just the softness is kind of comforting. And so that's why I continue to choose to use them. So I decided to use this one. I had also pulled, and this one is tangerine. I had also pulled the yellow, but I don't know if I'll be needing it. I had thought about doing the duckbill, but I ended up doing it in this. And this colorway on the snow cone is lemon. So those are the two colors I'm using at this point right now. Put that up there. And I managed to get the beak. We've got the beak done. I'll stuff it when I get ready to sew it on. So yeah, there's that. And we're going to wrap that around. And then I got a foot done. And then another foot. Yep. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about these toesies on there. I think in hindsight, the longer I've looked at them, because I'll probably make this duck again. I don't think I will put the toesies on. I don't know. It's just, it throws it off for me. How do you guys feel about it? It's just, I don't know. I understand that there's little bumps, but to do the 5 double crochet bobbles on there, yeah, I don't know. I think I'll leave them off next time and just, how Daffy Duck's is or Donald Duck, and it's just flat across. I think that's what I'll do next time. But hindsight is 2020, and I've already got them done. So, and I just dropped a foot. So there's those. Because you know me, I'm always tweaking a pattern, right? And then I started on the wings, and I got one done. And that's using the snow cone in the yellow. And then I got the other one done. So we've got 2 wings. We've got a beak. And we've got some feetsies. And the feet are joined in. You start off the body at the bottom. And once you get, I can't remember if it's the second or maybe the third or fourth row, then you work the feet into the body as you go. Only the wings and the beak will have to be sewn on from what I could tell. So I'm getting ready to start the body. And one thing I did run into, I did have a snafu when I was doing the wings. And this ball of the snow cone, as I was going through, I was like, why is there another end sticking out? There was multiple ends. I guess I don't know if it had just broke off and they just continued to wrap it. I don't know. So the last time when I cut the wing off, I noticed there was an extra end where it shouldn't be. So I started taking the ball apart and yeah, it wasn't connected. From the looks of it, from what I could see right now, I don't, unless deeper in here, we might have the same problem. I don't know. I'm considering just balling it up because I know I'm going to use quite a bit for the body. And then with whatever's left over, I will figure out something to make with it. It'll probably be something very small. So yeah, there's that. I'm excited, and I know more than likely I am going to have this done by Monday. And I would like to have another Ami on deck to start when this one's finished, which is something I've normally always done. I always had everything ready to go for the next one. And it didn't look like my microphone was on. Um I've always had one on the everything ready to go for the next one for when I finish the one I was working on, and I have not been doing that. And I'm trying to get myself back on track, back in a routine, get myself scheduled, and that way I feel like everything is going to go a little smoother. And so I'm going to turn this back on because it feels a little dark to me. Um, so what I'm going to do, seeing as how I think this one is going to be done by Monday. Yeah, in between and amongst everything else. Because typically these things don't really take me like a whole bunch of time, as long as, especially when I'm using blanket yarn or the parfait chunkies, things like that. And for those of you who are interested, this design is by Kamalina Elizabeth at ka.malinka toys. And there's the information right there. I believe it was an Etsy pattern. I'll try and put the information in the description box for you. So, yeah. So, what I think we're going to do is we are going to do a random draw from the bucket. Seeing as how I'm not going to be starting the dragon until probably in the fall. And that way I can pace myself and I won't have so many different things going on at one time that are large projects. And I can actually focus when I need to on that and not be stressed that I'm taking a little bit more time than I should with that one and not putting as much time and effort into other things that also need to get finished. So let's draw from the random bucket. We've got quite a bit in here because if you remember right, we had put a lot of them in here. Maybe I should have folded them up a little bit smaller. I don't remember where we left off in here. Anyway. All right, guys. Oh, crap. I'm just throwing them all over. This has been the day that I've been having. I spilled tea while I was making tea. I spilled a drink while I was making a drink. So I was like, okay, Missy, just get yourself soda and pop that open. I fizzed it. Yeah, it's been one of those days, guys. It's been one of those days. And burned myself while I was cooking dinner. Okay. Let's pick one right out of there. And One&Two Company, Kissie and Kitty and Skip the Little Mouse. So it's 2 kitties and a mouse. Should I do just 1 kitty and a mouse, or should I do both kitties and the mouse? You guys tell me down in the comments what I should do. 2 kitties and the mouse, or should I do 1 kitty and the mouse, or should I do both kitties and then a mouse to go with each kitty? Of course we would draw one that has the 3 things on it, right? Only in my world. But anyhow, awesome. I have made this one before. Actually many years ago. Oh gosh. Pre C19. My granddaughter was in elementary school and she wanted me to make these um one in purple and one in aqua, I think it was, with the other one having, like, if this one was aqua, it would have purple features, and if this one was purple, it would have aqua. So that she could keep one and give one to her bestie at that point in time, because she was going to have a birthday sleepover. So, yeah, I haven't made them since. They were kind of fun, but yeah. So do you think I should make both kitties and then 2 mice, one for each? Or do you think I just should keep them all separate and then them be each their own individual thing? Or how do you think I should do it? So we've got that on deck. And once I see what the growing consensus is in the comments on as to whether I should do 1 or 2 or how we're going to do it, then I will pull the yarn. And once the duckies are done, we shall get this one started. So yeah, that's all I've got for today. I've got some more videos I need to record. Gonna try and get them done. I've got a bunch of stuff going on, and I am expecting a phone call here in a little bit that I absolutely have to take. It's very important. And so I'll see how many videos I can get done before that phone call comes. So yeah, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have an awesome week. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and did some fun things. And I guess I will hopefully see you tomorrow. I'm going to try and get that video recorded that I've been trying to get done for months. It's a Christmas gift that I got that I've been dying to show you guys because I haven't even opened it yet so you guys could see because I wanted to share it with you. Um, so yeah, hopefully we can get that done and you can see it on Tuesday, which would be tomorrow in your world, not when I'm recording this. So anyways, you guys have a great day and I will talk to you soon. Love all of you. Bye for now. And I'm going to leave you with this. Life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars and your yarn. So till next time, bye.